What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Tactical Ashigarami TV. You've seen the title more than likely, and you know this is definitely one of those things, man, that I am 100% very excited about. Super excited about. Let me rephrase that. Before we get any further, for to whom it may concern, uh, to all of the viewers, around the world that are going to watch this video, and especially the YouTube viewers and reviewers, there is nothing dangerous in this video. Everything that you will see is completely safe and is an imitation. Once again, as I always say in a lot of my videos, nothing is real. Everything is an imitation. This package is been purchased by me. I'm very excited for this. This is my first time ever unboxing a product that's been licensed by these guys. I heard a lot of good things, so I'm very excited about it, and it's going to be something that's very new. Okay, so this is from Tiger 111 HK Airsoft out in Hong Kong. If you guys want to know, these guys have amazing deals. Go check them out. I think I have, yes, their YouTube channel is right here, and that's Airsoft Tiger 111 HK, and you can @mark them at, what's this, at Tiger 11 HK. Okay, so that'll probably be in the description. As far as links are concerned, modifications, you're not going to see any of that. I will do some in-depth videos on the channel, sort of in-depth, and then all the other juicy stuff is going to be on Patreon. But anyway, let's get right into it. So usually, if you're in Japan, you get stuff from these guys, and you do, your ordering and stuff like that. Oh, let me cover up all this stuff here. Oh, okay, you can see what you're going to see here. You're going to get this nice packaging. It's going to come well, very nice and very well packaged. Okay, you're gonna get all your paperwork. They have, let me get this out, cover that up, explanation letter. Okay, this thing is gonna have all the information that you need in reference to your product. Okay, and here on it, this has the information which lets you know, right? And this is for whom it concerns, right? And just to kind of have it stamped that this is not dangerous, as you can see here, we hereby certify that this package contains airsoft toys which are unharmful. The airsoft toy power is required with only a 0.98 joule limit, so that's about 325 FPS per toy. So this is very important when you are getting stuff like this mailed to you, especially in Japan, because of the law in reference to airsoft and what you bring in. This pretty much helps, you get the stuff in and you clear it through customs and everything like that. And for me, because I don't mod anything that I usually get during this manner or from this type of way, I don't really have any issues at all. So once it comes in, I keep it stock, I run it, and I try my best to produce the best videos for you guys. So this is my proof that this is safe. So YouTube, please take note. Airsoft toys, okay? And here you have your muzzle velocity test. I will keep both of these in the box. This is also, once again, the information that you get for customs. You got Tiger 111 HK on there. All the information is there. Go check them out. Manufacturer, I don't know if this is right. Well, I know this is EMG, but it says manufacturer's EMG, which is interesting because from my understanding, EMG is more known as a licensor than an actual manufacturer. But anyway, regardless of that, what's in this package is very special. We're going to look at that right now. Very, very special. I've never ever had anything like this, and especially the name that's behind it. is very big, and it's definitely something that warrants a lot of attention. It's all the rage nowadays. Okay. Look at all this fine bubble wrap that we have. It's crazy amount of bubble wrap. The way they wrap these things up, it's like, it's so super safe. I don't even think they even go through the trouble of even opening this, because to open it and to seal it up like this would be really difficult probably. So that's another good reason for them to have all this information in there for those guys. So they got the letter and the test. So kudos to them for doing that too, which is really cool. I don't know about how it's done in other countries, but they highlighted, I believe, Japan and Turkey and Germany. As far as the United States is concerned, every country has different jewel limits. Licensing is also a big issue too, guys. But you know, stuff comes from China. When it comes to what the trades that they put on it, they don't really care. So this is a lot of wrap. This is a lot of wrap. Whoa, look at that. Yep. I've been looking forward to this one, I tell you that much. So it is what it is. Oh, I can see it. You can see it. Dun, dun, dun. Boom. Look at this box. Oh my God. Whoa. Look at that box. Almost knocked over my camera. Look at this box. This is serious. This is serious. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Here we got it. Staccato. Official Staccato 2011, guys. Staccato. Like, you know, I have been itching to get my hands on an officially licensed Staccato for the last several years. The last time that I actually had a Staccato clone or lookalike was let me get this out of the way here, was the Baton. And if you guys have been watching my channel, you know I think nothing positive about that brand at all. Like, Baton is, you know. Anyway, here we have an amazing box. We have all of the right markings on here that you need. Always wear proper eye protection and make sure all surrounding people have proper eye protection before using this product. Very interesting. We have a lot of safety regulations on here. Okay. Intended for users 18 years and older. Do not brandish a replica weapon in public. This is very important. A lot of boxes don't have these warning labels. This is the first time I'm seeing all these warning labels on a box before you even open it. Improper conduct or misuse can cause serious injury or death. Well, that's actually true. Read instructions before use. I need to do that more. Transport this product in a proper carrying device. Gas blowback. 6mm. Oh man. This is it. This really feels like an official Staccato like product. Like, I feel like I'm getting something from Staccato. Like, this whole entire box is just says like, wow. Like, here you go. Made in China. EMG International. For more product information, please visit emgarms.com. And you can see the Staccato all over the box. The warning labels are on there. All the information. Just the box itself. This is probably the best box that I've ever seen. And I'm not even kidding. Well, Tokyo Model, like, their boxes usually they focus on a lot of imagery and design and things like that. But this has like the right amount of detail. You have the trade, the official logo, and you know, obviously Tokyo Model, they can't do this because they don't have licenses. But you have the official logo, and you have all of your labels on the box. So this is pretty cool. All right, so let's open her up. Okay. Really nice quality in the box, by the way. Like this is a box that I will probably keep. Like I can't see myself throwing away this box. Get rid of more wrap and dun, dun, dun. There we go. Here we have it. The official product itself. And it comes with a card. What is this? A certificate of authenticity from EMG. I have never seen anything like this before ever. Right? So this is a pretty official. Scan for instructions and registration or visit EMG Arms. So actually, the last time I had to scan a barcode or QR code to get the instruction manual, I think it was for the APS Patriot. Some companies, they go this route where they put the instruction manual, they make it digital. I guess they save paper or to be more economical, right? But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Product registration is probably in reference to maybe the warranty. I'm assuming there's a warranty for this as well. So we'll do that for sure. And it's another reason why I won't tamper with this at all, actually. We'll let this live as a stock toy, okay? Wow. Staccato 2011 support licensed products. Your support benefits the original designers and their hard work. That is true, guys. Very interesting. Very cool. I think that this card is very cool. Like this looks like a credit card. Like it's just solid. Okay. This comes with a plate. So this is for the optic, right? And there's like some glue on here. I think this is for the screws. I don't have the optic that I want for this yet, but I think I'm going to go with the SRO for this. We're going to go the SRO route. And here is the bad boy itself. Wow. This feels very heavy compared to the DVC already. Like this feels like it has a lot of weight. For those of you guys who are familiar with Staccato, you know what this is. This is the XC. And man, this feels really good. This feels very solid. Wow. Yeah. So, first impressions. This has a lot of weight on it. You can definitely feel the alloy construction overall in the system. Very different from the DVCP in regards to just overall weight in the hand and mass. So I'm not sure how this will affect cycling and overall use and function, but it's very interesting to see. And here we have the magazine, which also feels very different from the one from Army Armament, once again. So I'm assuming that this is EMG's design on their mags. We have the Lone Star symbol there on the base plate. And I know that some of the EMG stuff, that some of those fill valves, I've seen some of the videos where the fill valves are on the back. That could be something different. Maybe I'm incorrect, but for the first time I'm seeing something like this where I guess you got to move the base plate. There you go. There it is. And get access to the fill valve right there. So this is interesting. And this is officially licensed. This is officially licensed according to what they're saying. So interesting stuff here. Yeah. Okay. How can we get that back in? Is that difficult? Oh, there we go. It's a little bit stiff. A little bit stiff on the magazine, right? So we should know for a fact that this is going to fit 100% in there. But what I wanted to try was the fitment of other types of magazines. So what I have with me right here on the side is I have Army Armaments magazine, which is pretty much similar for the most part. They're almost the same. They're almost kind of one-to-one. The EMG's a little bit different in terms of, I guess, maybe cut and color as well, right? Weight wise, they're probably around the same. This one I know runs in all the Army armament stuff, whether it's the DVCP, the STI, Costa, and a few other ones. The Sand Viper as well, and the Pit Viper. So I'm curious because if this fits, then I know that Tokyo Maruwi probably has a good chance of working in here as well. So we're going to do some insertions. YouTube, once again, you've seen all of the information, so you know this is not real, okay? Once again, here is the license, right? We're going to show this as much as possible so that way we cover what we need to cover on our end, okay? All right, so which one is it? See, I can't even tell. Look. All right, so this one is the EMG. How's that fitment? Oh, a little stiff. But it's new, so I can imagine that. The little rack here. Okay. Yeah, it feels very solid. I've seen a lot of videos where people have shake these around and they complain about the wobble. The only wobble that I feel right now is in the compensator. I mean, I don't really feel that much play in the slide to frame fitment at all. Yeah. But I will do a side-by-side comparison with the DVCP and this because they look similar, but they're vastly different. They're vastly different. Even when you bring this back, yeah, it's a little bit, this is very, very different. Very, very different. All right, let's try the Army armament. Or was that the Army armament? Was it? Let's see. Oh, this is the EMG. Okay. This is definitely the Army. See the Army. Okay, that racks. Okay. Yeah, it seems like it fits. That's interesting. Yeah. It fits. I'm not sure how it'll perform once we actually use it. You know, I guess that'll, take some time. Here's the Sand Viper. Let's try it. Wow. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Tokyo Maruwi spec fits. And let's try an actual Tokyo Maruwi high kappa magazine. Wow, look at that. The Tokyo Maruwi high kappa magazine fits in the EMG Staccato. Wow. Yeah. 2011, guys. There you have it. Yeah, this is a beaut. This is nice. This is very, very cool. I'm looking forward to running this for sure. The sights on it look really good. You have the what's that? The red fiber front. That's a red fiber, yeah. Red fiber with the blacked out rear. Really nice finish and detail. The grip itself, this is the VIP grip, and it feels like a polymer grip. So the grip itself has really good texture. It's not as aggressive as the hand stippled high kappas like the Combat Master and things like that. But it's not that pronounced either. Like it just feels like a very solid grip. You don't really need to do a whole much with this. And all the correct trades are on here. As you can see, you have the American flag on there, just like the DVC, and that's, I don't know if that's lasered or whatever the case is on that. The safety on this works. So thumb safety is also really good. You have the EMG logo is right there with the EMG serial number, your 9x19 chamber marking, your Staccato XC trade 2011. It says it right there with the star on it. Really similar to how the DVC looks. I'm really interested to put them side by side and to show what the similarities and the differences are with both. And I know that a lot of people have customized these two as well. I don't really see much on this that I would really customize, to be honest with you. It does seem like it's very solid. The most I'll probably do with this is I will put a red dot sight on this for sure. And we got our rail space there as well, so we can put something. Look at the rail. Staccato. You got all the right trades on this. That's one of the things I really like about when you get licensed stuff is when you purchase licensed products, you always get the right trades. So that's one of the things that like I'm also really iffy about. It's not only about performance, but you want to make sure that you have the right stuff on your product so that way you know that what you're actually getting is a certified licensed product. And everything that I'm seeing so far in terms of what has pretty much been coming out of the box in terms of, you know, when you order stuff from guys like these is just amazing. Spare parts, everything that you need, you have your card. Even the addition of this right here, this is very significant. I don't think a lot of people understand how important this is because this is like the stamp of approval. But then again, sometimes when you get licensed products, it doesn't always mean that they're the best products that you can actually acquire from said company. And I'm not saying that Army Armament doesn't make good staccatos, because they definitely do. And I have a few Army products that work, you know, for the most part really well, even though sometimes you do run into some issues depending on what you run in there. And I'll put it to you like this. You know, how you do things is sometimes a little bit more important than what you do when you run kit. For example, if I purchase something like a Duster Gas 134A system, right? I'm not going to abuse that system with, you know, red gas, but we don't have red gas, but CO2, for example, right? I'm not going to put the propellant with the higher PSI and then, you know, put it in my system and run it. And then as soon as it breaks, then I'm going to say, well, it doesn't work or it's not good. So you always want to go with what is pretty much preferred and what they say you should put in there. And then you take it from there, right? And you just kind of keep it honest that way in terms of making sure that you produce the best possible review instead of saying that, hey, well, you know, it should be like this, and because it's not, it doesn't work, or I received something that is faulty, which is usually not the case. Because, you know, when you do that, what happens is that takes away a lot from the resale value. Let's say if you decide that you want to, for whatever reason, you know, give it to somebody else, or if you want to put it on the market, whatever the case is, that becomes a little bit more difficult to do because now you have done something to the original licensed product in order to avoid a warranty. And that applies to pretty much anything else that has a license. It doesn't necessarily have to be Airsoft, but it could be pretty much anything else going in terms of, right? We talk about quality and what, you know, what the actual product is supposed to be used for. Okay. So let's look a little bit more at this. I'm looking at the grip texture and the overall layout of what we got. So this little pattern here is on the trigger guard. So that's really cool. So I guess if my hand is here, I have a little bit of extra texturing. But this feels really good. Like, it's not aggressive. I don't know how can I explain it? It's not aggressive, but it definitely feels like it won't come out of your hand if you have slippery hands. And if you have gloves, it's definitely not coming out of your hand. It feels very solid, and I guess it's very good overall in terms of, I guess, keeping the weight, I wouldn't say low, because it's not, it doesn't feel low at all. Like, it feels like a very girthy overall system, especially in the front. And that might be because of the, I guess, the compensator itself or how it's situated. The barrel feels like it's very weighty. It does feel like it has a considerable amount of girth, right? So we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. I plan to run essentially the DVC and this into the floor, during the summer. Right now, it's still very not really super cold in Japan at the time of this recording, but it's still considerably cold. So this probably won't be the best time to run gas blowback right now, but definitely in the summer, it's gonna be most likely this and the DVC, and you'll definitely see something else too. But that's pretty much gas blowback season, and that's the best time to run gas blowback, whether indoors or outdoors. So that's generally going to be the case for something like this, which is, usually what it is for, high kappas and things like that and of that nature. So it's really cool. Yeah, we're gonna do a side-by-side video with the DVC. I've seen a couple of creators, usually, a lot of them are from China, whatever the case is. They do side-by-side referencing in terms of the differences between this and the DVC, because essentially they're both STI, but this is pretty much the system that was made after they rebranded as Staccato. So there are a lot of differences between both that I can spot right now, especially like little things like trigger guard undercut and things like that. There are very subtle differences between both that make a big difference. There's subtle differences that make a big difference, just to kind of put it that way. And I'm just kind of skimming this and just kind of taking more of an in-depth look in terms of what I see. But they did a very good job with the detail and with the trades. I can't get over how good the trades look. For those of you guys that, if you're a trade person and you really care about how the overall production quality and presentation and stuff like that and how things really look, you're going to like this a lot. This definitely fits the bill 100%. The cuts on the slide, these look really nice. So I'm assuming like this is like for the actual like rate reduction, like the real thing. So that way it cycles really smooth, and it also feels like you can rack it with the cuts as well. It racks really well. Yeah. Let's see how that. Oh, there we go. It feels a little bit dry. There we go. It's a little bit dry, but I'm assuming that's only because it hasn't been broken in and it hasn't been lubricated probably that much. So that's the thing, like with sometimes with some airsoft stuff, once you get them in, right, they're not always super lubricated. Like when I got the DVC from Army, I would say that it was almost overly lubricated, right? Because there is over and under when it comes to lubrication. When you have something that's way too lubricated for airsoft, sometimes the box is oily, it's a little bit messy, and that has actually happened to me before with a couple of Glocks as well. But with something like this, usually if it feels stiff, like kind of this right now, like you kind of have to put effort to kind of get it back. It's not a big problem. You just have to make sure that you use the right lubrication, when you're taking it down and when you're actually using it and things like that. So you got to remember, it's a replica of a production, product. So things like that have to be understood and taken into consideration. But I would say I'm very pleased with it. These sights are amazing. This is really high. So even if you're using this without a red dot, you're not going to have any issue, I'd assume, in terms of seeing. And the optics plate is right there. So we can take that off and we're going to add, our sight. So I don't know if I'm going to run this probably sightless first. I don't know what you guys think I should do. Should I run it sightless? I'm thinking about doing that. We got our plate right here. The plate looks good. We got all the screws in there. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. I know what I'm going to put on it. I just don't know when I'm going to put it on. So that's the thing. If you guys are interested in any other types of in-depth videos, once again, in reference to this, I will be doing probably some update videos on this particular build, right? Or how it'll look in 6 months. And that depends. We'll see what's going to happen to it in 6 months. But all of the in-depth customization stuff is going to be up on Patreon. So I no longer post customization or customizations on YouTube because of, YouTube's monetization guidelines and policies. That's something that I can no longer do. So if that is something that you're looking forward to or something that you'd be interested in, you would have to, go and check out Patreon, or it's in the link is in the bio, not in the bio, in the description. And once you click on the link tree, then you will see the Patreon. Go ahead and subscribe to that Patreon, and you will see some updates and some other videos that I will not post, or I will not be able to post on YouTube. The ones that I will put up on YouTube will be sort of overall build videos, not anything in depth showing internals or customization. So I know a few people have asked for different things such as, customization, internal quality, build quality, parts, as well as maintenance. But that is something that I can no longer do on YouTube. So I do regretfully apologize. I know a lot of you guys do watch my channel or have watched my channel in the past, and before the whole monetization thing, I was heavy into it, and those videos did very well at the time. But those kind of curated a problem, because what happened was, when the time came to get monetization, then all of those videos had to be scrapped. So I can no longer put those up on there. So once again, I do apologize. So, but then again, for this, I don't think that I will be changing anything at all. From what I understand, because I believe that these run very well stock. So it depends. If something needs to be replaced, then that'll be very different. But for the time being, the only thing that will change on this will be the addition of a red dot. And that's pretty much going to be it for the Staccato. Yeah. And this is the XC variation. They do have a lot of other variants, and they're all licensed under Staccato. So this one is the XC. I believe they have the XL, the P, and the C2, I believe. They're sort of kind of like the new SIG or Glock, where they have all these different variations. I know for the real versions, they have a ton of variations of Staccato, right? In reference to what you actually see right here, right now, yeah. In terms of the actual product line for Airsoft, there might be at least 5 or 6 other ones, if I'm not mistaken. And from what I understand, the performance on them is very good. So I have heard some good things about their particular Staccatos, and I believe was it EMG? It might have been another manufacturer, a licensed Staccato that was done, I think, through Army or another manufacturer. But there are a whole bunch of different Staccatos out there, which is crazy to me. Like, it's so crazy. I know Baton, as I mentioned before, I don't know why am I mentioning Baton. Baton has made, I think, 2 different generations of Staccatos. The first ones that they did, if you remember, I had the version 1 or the generation 1 Staccato. I had that one on the channel roughly 2 years ago. It was one of the first ones I did with the 507 Halton 507 video, the CO2 version. Of that one, it performed very well for about a year, and then there was issues with the smoldering, with the thread, and all kinds of stuff. And then, after a period of time, it just wouldn't feed at all. So, but that's baton, right? Hence the reason why, look at what it says on the card. Read it right here. It says, Certificate of Authenticity, Support, License Products. Your support benefits the original designers and their hard work. Enough said. I've taken this pretty much into account, and it's been a big part of my philosophy and my direction in terms of how I've approached purchasing and putting different videos up on the channel over the last year and a half. So I pretty much followed suit with the Sand Viper. Even though it has its flaws, for the most part it functions really well. Pretty much everything else with Army, what can I say about Army? They have some licensed stuff, and I guess some aren't licensed, but for the most part, once again, like, you go with quality, you go with good licensing where you can get it, and usually there's not like a whole lot that can go wrong, basically, when you do it the right way. Some companies have produced good products outside of the licenses. Tokyo Model, for example, which has been the benchmark for a lot of airsoft products over the years. The Glock lineup, for example, which is now huge. They have the 17, Gen 4, Gen 3. Now you have the Gen 5 MOS, right? Both are high. No, I'm going to say both. Pretty much everything in their lineup in reference to Glock. Glock is a huge license. Glock has world-renowned, product performance around the world for the most part. And they've been able to kind of take that, and they've been able to make it work for them in terms of producing the best, or some of the best, Glock products for airsoft. Now, would you take a Tokyo Model over an Elite Force or Umarex? They're kind of the same thing. Elite Force, Umarex, more the same. Yes and no, right? So Tokyo Model Glocks perform well, in the 134A realm in terms of, how you use it, and basically, one-to-one performance in terms of overall reputation. But kind of taking back to what I was saying before, there is an issue with licensing. Glock's license, once again, like many others, is very difficult to get. Sometimes you get a licensed product and it's good, but it's not the best. More than likely, most of the time, you should support the licensed product. And I'm going to tell you why. You support the licensed product, you support the original design and the framework and the direction of what the company is actually trying to focus on. Some of these companies may not know a lot about airsoft. It is once again, it's a niche sport, so it's a little bit difficult to kind of triangulate in terms of what they want to do or what future they may have for whatever said company. But usually when you do that, you can't go wrong in a sense. So there's a lot to kind of go into there, pretty much. Anyway, once again, guys, thank you so much for supporting and for watching the channel. If you like this video, and I'm pretty sure you will, this is an amazing gun. Go ahead and give a thumbs up on the video as well. And be sure to share this video and drop a comment in the comment section if you guys have any questions about the Staccato XC from EMG. And, you know, for sure there will be some more additional follow-ups on this particular build and how it will perform later in the year. And I believe it will perform very well. I don't see a whole lot of these in Japan. Most of the Staccatos that I've seen have come from Army, or usually they go and they hunt for kits from companies like Nova or Detonator or something, and then they try to, you know, rebuild the system off a different base, off of a different, whether it's Tokyo Marui or something else. Usually they go that route. But I think what these guys did is smart. They went, they got the license and got the actual guys who are responsible for the product, get them on board, and then put out something that is of amazing quality. And that's the way how it should be, 100%. In conclusion, I think that this is going to be really fun to run. I'm excited. Everything about this excites me, just overall, period. So this is going to be really cool. This is going to look really nice in my Blackhawk tactical holster, okay? And we'll probably run the TLR on this. I know a lot of people said that, not a lot of people, but somebody mentioned something about the Surefire X300 looking really good on the DVCP. So we'll see. Maybe we'll do a Surefire. Maybe we'll do the TLR on this. We'll do the OLED if it fits and see how that works. And then we'll run a dot on this for sure. More than likely the SRO Chargicon. And we'll go the same route like we did with the Sand Viper as well. Super cool comp and a very popular one in the real steel world of fun. Okay, guys. Once again, this is Tactical Ashigarami TV. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and all that good jazz. Hit the notification bell and stay tuned for some more featured content on the channel. We have a lot of gameplays coming, so much good stuff coming, and I'm very sorry for once again for the delay. It's just so much content that I can do at one time. So I will try to get all this stuff out to you as soon as possible. Even though, you know, it is that time in Japan where a lot of people are very busy and, you know, it's a transition season at a period. So once again, Staccato XC EMG, official license VIP grip. This thing is awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so much. See you soon.